as Pakistan-backed terror networks attempt to recalibrate their strategy under the cover of winter. Indian security forces are rewriting the rules of counter-terror operations. During Chillai Kalan, Jammu and Kashmir's harshest winter phase, the Indian Army has intensified operations in the Jammu region, signaling that adverse weather conditions will no longer offer terrorists a tactical pause. Take a look.
During Chillai Kalan, the 40-day sub-zero winter period from December 21 to January 31st, the Indian Army has stepped up counter-terrorism operations across Kishtwar and Doda districts of Jammu and Kashmir. Defense sources say army units have expanded their operational footprint into higher, snowbound and traditionally inaccessible areas, zones historically exploited by Pakistan-sponsored terrorists to aid surveillance during winter. According to assessments by multiple intelligence agencies, around 30 to 35 Pakistani terrorists are currently active in the Jammu region, a significant concentration given the terrain and seasonal constraints.
Operations against terrorists in hideouts on these mountains is quite difficult, as we have seen, wherein we lost DSP also, and we lost one Lieutenant Colonel and a Major in operations in Kashmir. When they tried to storm the terrorists who were up in the hills, who had taken up positions over there. So therefore, the strategy was to let them be there and contain them up and not allow them to come down to operate or to have or create any damage to the civilians around in the villages down in the plains, and of course even in, say, Doda city or the Kishtwar and other places.
Army patrols are conducting regular movements along high-altitude ridgelines, forest belts and valleys, ensuring terrorists are denied seasonal shelter. Officials describe the approach as a decisive break from earlier winter slowdowns, aimed at maintaining year-round operational momentum. A defining feature of this winter offensive is the Army's integrated intelligence-driven approach. The Indian Army is leading synchronized operations involving the Jammu and Kashmir Police, Central Reserve Police Force, Special Operations Group, Civil Administration, Forest Guards and Village Defense Guards. Officials say intelligence from multiple agencies is collated, cross-verified and synthesized to generate precise movement and hideout patterns. Once validated, joint operations are launched within hours, significantly reducing response time and eliminating operational overlaps. This coordination has strengthened area domination and improved tactical precision, particularly in remote, high-altitude zones. Security agencies report that terrorists hiding in these regions have attempted to coerce or intimidate local villagers for food and shelter. But officials emphasize a major shift on the ground. Local support networks and overground worker structures have sharply declined. With tighter surveillance in populated belts and sustained pressure in forested zones, terrorists have been pushed into isolation, disrupting logistics, communications, and the ability to plan coordinated attacks. The Army's winter operations follow a clear doctrinal cycle: surveillance, swift operations, sustained surveillance, ensuring cleared areas remain under constant watch.
Armed forces and have taken up that ensuring to deny the terrorists this infrastructure that Pakistan was using. One is that the satellite phones and all that they were using, they have stopped that because of the danger that moment they use a mobile or a satellite phone, that location is tracked by the armed forces and immediately drones are sent over to that location. Once this happens, it is for sure that those terrorists will be eliminated soon. So for this reason, what has happened is that Pakistan has now asked these people not to use their mobiles or even their satellite phones, because they were using those Chinese satellite phones and the Chinese satellites to pass on messages between ISI and the terrorists over here.
To sustain operations in extreme conditions, the Indian Army has deployed specialized winter warfare subunits across key sectors in Jammu region. These troops are trained in high-altitude survival, snow navigation, avalanche response, and snow combat, allowing uninterrupted operations despite heavy snowfall and limited visibility. Security forces are simultaneously operating across valleys, mid-altitude belts, and high ridges, creating overlapping control zones and denying terrorists any movement corridors. As snow continues to blanket Kishtwar and Doda, the Indian Army's expanded winter presence sends a clear message: weather will no longer shield Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. Every ridge, every valley, and every snowbound slope remains under surveillance, reinforcing India's resolve to neutralize terror threats without seasonal pauses, without tactical concessions.